Hey, you guys. This is the Young Logos. I'll start after this song. I need to get something to drink. Hi, everyone. When's it gonna end? Hi, Lulu, Glitters and Gold, the Sleuth Fairy, Creatively Inspired, Sean B, Sherry, Jasper Rocks. I know the music's still going, it's okay. Marian Ann Bays, Hippiporium, a 12-minute intro. Why not? Just a little music to get us in the mood. Mike Owens, hi there. Bum, bum. Wearing my Puma. Is it over? Oh my God, are your nails cut? There you go. Bum, bum. All right, better end it. Don't know how long it's going on. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Hi. Thanks for the sweet compliments. Hi, everyone. Stephanie Quam. Hi, everybody. Rapper. Hi, everyone. I checked. No one else was live. Okay. So put a 1 in chat if you've heard of the memory card murders. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of that. It's lagging? What do you mean it's lagging? My voice is lagging? Tell me what you mean by that. My voice isn't matching my words on the screen? Thank you. Yeah, I just thought I'd do it again. You know, I have a red one, a white one, and a speckled gray black to go with my shirt. See, I got red in it. Oh, God. Audio is fine. Video is lagging. No sound okay. Vid is glitching. Yes, sound is good, but video's lagging. So the video isn't matching my words. Is that what that means? Should I, I'll reboot, okay? I'll go ahead and reboot. All right. I'll play another little song by Young Logos. This one's called Echoes. We just heard Tomb Raider, before that Triumph, and before that Kick It. And now we're going to hear Echoes. But I'll be right back. I'm just going to reboot my iPad and see if that works, okay? Okay, I'll be right back. Interesting. I like this music. Is it good now? Is it good now, you guys? Quality is choppy and lagging. How is it now? Nice and clear. Thank God. Thank God that's all I have to do. All right. As soon as this song ends, pop is so strong when it's cold. Unblock Gina. Gina who? Gina, shoot, what's her last name? Gina who, rapper? Where is she? Is she a good friend of yours or something? Thank you, Artsy. Yeah, I can go in and unblock her. Oh, Gina Diamond? Is that her name? Okay, let me go do that. All right. Hi, Medusa. Hi, Truth Seeker. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here, everyone. What was I going to say? Okay, so rapper, I unblocked Gina Diamond. Okay. All righty then. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out. Whoops. for 25 minutes so far. So you guys, this is the creep. This is the creep. I mean, his eyes look pretty creepy there, but other than that, he looks fairly normal. I mean, in a way, right? So that's Alaska on the right. This is him. Brian Smith is the name of this serial killer. So apparently, if it's more than one, you're a serial killer, according to this. So here it is. Alaska serial killer secretly records murders. In my movies, everybody dies. Okay, put a 1 in chat really quick if you've heard of this. This. Hi, Just Becca. Put a 1 in chat if you've heard of this guy at all in Alaska. He took 2 women to a motel. Hi, Rosie. It is creepy. It's scary. I'm getting ideas in that for a program that come up in my emails under true crime. Barb's heard of it. Tina, can you unblock Gina? I did, Rapper. I did. Gina Diamond, I just unblocked her. So if you want to get a hold of her, you haven't heard of this one, Trish? My tremors are really pretty bad today. Hi, Bootsy777. Hi there. You watched it on Court TV, says Barb. That's it? No one else? So I'm excited Tina's on. I'm laying down here listening. Love you all. Thank you. You haven't heard about this one? So a woman stole this man's phone. Anyway, I'll read the article and then found these horrific things that he taped. Inside the memory card, MURDERS, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I used to spell it all the time, so I guess I'll spell it. That took the lives of Alaska natives Kathleen Jo Henry and Veronica Abuchuk. With nothing else to do for the evening, Valerie Kasler was hanging out near a grocery store in Anchorage, Alaska on September 19, 2019. When a man with a foreign accent pulled up in a black Ford Ranger and asked her if she wanted to go for a drive. Kasler, who was homeless and addicted to drugs at the time, climbed into the truck for what became an hours-long cruise through the city streets. When the driver pulled over at a gas station and went inside to withdraw cash, she reached across the center console and pocketed his phone. Later that night, back at the tent where she was staying, she opened the phone and was horrified by what she discovered. Dozens of graphic photos and videos of a naked woman being beaten and strangled. Okay, wow, really, Barb? I just couldn't even handle. I couldn't see. I wouldn't be able to watch it in court or from out here. I just couldn't. Like the sounds would just. Can you guys put trigger warnings? Someone in chat for me, please. Actually, let me. I've got it right here. I'm going to put this up during the thing, and then I'll put my banner back up. Hi, refrigerated mustard. Did I already say hi to you? See, this is what I mean. I can remember everything under the sun in detail from, weeks ago and years ago, but not, okay. Being beaten and strangled in a hotel room that looked familiar to this woman, Kasler. I had been up drinking and getting high for like 2 weeks straight. Kasler, 52, testified about seeing the images in an Anchorage courtroom on February 7th, and then I turned it on and I was sober in less than 5 minutes. Kasler downloaded the disturbing images on a memory card, which she later admitted she had stolen and labeled it Homicide at Midtown Marriott. 10 days later, she turned the data over to police, unleashing an investigation that led to the arrest of a South African immigrant on suspicion of murdering 2 Alaska Native women. Investigators had analyzed the footage of a man. Why did she wait 10 days? I mean, that's a long dang time. You see something like that, you're going to wait 10 days? I don't know. I don't agree with that. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the trigger warning. So yeah, rapper, let your friend Gina know she's not blocked. She just said something a little bit persnickety once, like she really didn't like me or trust me or not trust me. She didn't. It's not about agreeing. I don't have to have people agree with me, but she definitely wasn't for me, and that was months ago. Okay, so, I'll give her another chance. Investigators had analyzed the footage of a man boasting and taunting his victim. In my movies, he says in one chilling sequence, everyone dies. What are my followers going to think of you? People need to know when they are being serial killed. That's really scary. Authorities say the face of the assailant who made the video is never seen on camera. But in a lucky break, one of the detectives who viewed the footage instantly recognized the man's distinctive accent, as well as the black pickup truck that Kasler told police he had driven, as belonging to a person involved but never charged in a previous case. South Africa-born Brian Smith, who had recently become a U.S. citizen. And these are pictures of the women. Right here, these are the 2 women that went through that horrible stuff. Kathleen Henry and Kathleen and Veronica Abuchuk. During an 8-hour police interrogation on October 8, 2019, Smith, who was arrested at Anchorage Airport as he returned from a vacation in Washington, D.C., initially claimed that he didn't remember the violent incident seen on the video, but eventually admitted that after a night of drinking, he found the body of a woman later identified as Kathleen Jo Henry, 30, in the bed of his truck. After a bathroom break, during which Smith told a trooper who escorted him that he was going to make you guys famous, Smith confessed to murdering another woman who he had met on the streets of Anchorage, 52-year-old Veronica Abuchuk, who, like Henry, had experienced homelessness and addiction. So both of those women were homeless and experiencing addiction. And in a further shocking admission, Smith told police that he took a photo of himself fondling the woman's corpse and shared it with a female friend. Trigger warning, if you need to leave the room or whatever, please do. After a 2.5-week trial that was delayed by the C disease lockdown, a jury earlier this year found Smith, 53, guilty of 14 crimes, including first-degree murder, sexual assault, tampering with evidence, and misconduct involving a corpse in the deaths of Henry and Abuchuk. The criminal justice system does not always provide all of the answers, but we believe that a just verdict has been reached. Anchorage District Attorney Brittany Dunlop and Deputy District Attorney Heather Nobrega told People after the February 22nd conviction. Smith will be held accountable for heinous crimes against some of the most vulnerable people in our community. They were kind and unique women, loved and valued by their families. I'm having a little bit of a hard time breathing, I'm noticing, because about 2 whole hours ago, my son's sage spray came in the mail, and he sprayed a heck of a lot of it in his bedroom. To get rid of what? I don't know. But the animals were not in there, and it's like wafting into my room through the door. So I need to open my window. Oh, boy. Okay. I had it open earlier, but then it got cold. I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot. The women lost. Abuchuk and Henry are both greatly missed by their communities. A mother of 4, Abuchuk was raised in the tiny village of St. Michael, Alaska. Before moving to Anchorage, she was a wonderful woman. She had a really big heart and not a mean bone in her body, says her older sister Margaret Lestenkoff, 62, who often left her 2 daughters in Abuchuk's care when they were younger. Despite sometimes sleeping on the street, Abuchuk kept in contact with friends and family and regularly showed up unannounced at her sister's house on holidays. But on Thanksgiving of 2018, she was a no-show. That was weird, recalls the sister. Authorities say Smith, a maintenance worker at an Anchorage hotel. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know he worked at an Anchorage hotel. Maybe he didn't work, though, at the Marriott, but maybe he did. Who had moved to Alaska in 2014 to marry a woman he had met online. Stephanie Bisland, 73, met Abuchuk and offered her warm food and a warm place to sleep. While his wife out of town in August of 2018. Back at his house, Smith, right, the creep, told police he asked Abuchuk to take a shower. When she refused, trigger warning, Smith retrieved a .22 gauge, you know what, from his garage and shot her in the... He said police searched his house and found the GUN as well as a thumb drive with deleted but recoverable video clips of Abuchuk before and after her death. Her decomposed was found beside a highway by a pair of mushroom pickers on April 10th, 2019, and identified with dental records. Months later, Henry, who grew up in Eek, Alaska, or Eck, I don't know, it's spelled E-E-K, earned a GED and was known to write poetry. Okay, this is the younger one. This one's in her 30s on the left, and the one on the right is Abuchuk, who's a little bit older. Now they're talking about Joe Henry was 30 years old. Okay. Oh, good grief. Months later, Henry, who grew up in Eek, Alaska, earned a GED and was known to write poetry, was anticipating a brief respite from homelessness when she joined Smith for a stay at a Midtown Anchorage hotel on September 4th, 2019. At Smith's trial, jurors were shown hard-to-watch footage of Smith torturing her there. Thought I had one of the cats crawling up on my Oh my God. Hi, Defroggies. Hi, Wild Angel. I'm going to see if you and anyone else would like to come up on panel after. Hi, 911 operator. Hi, everyone. Okay, so Smith, the creep, says just take it. You live, you die, you live, you die. He said in the video as he alternated between applying pressure to Smith's throat and then releasing it. The coroner later determined her cause of death to be asphyxiation by strangulation. I'm glad Smith was convicted and can't ever hurt another woman, says Natasha Gamache, an advocate for Native Alaska women, who attended a hearing in Smith's case to show support for the victims' families. I'm glad the criminal justice system here got it right, because they frequently get it wrong. Native Alaska women are considered invisible, but we're not. So this is Natasha Gamache with hands, red hands on her face, sticking up for the victims, or I mean supporting the victims. And then so this was a few years ago, in 2017, 2008, or in 2018. And then he was convicted a year later in 2019. This took place in room 323 at a Marriott hotel in Anchorage. He was found guilty of first and second degree MURDER, as well as tampering with evidence and sexual assault. There were 39 images and 12 videos. Good Lord, you guys. You saw him step on her throat. You saw him step on her stomach. You see him fondle and pinch her upper privates. You see him poke her in the eye several times. I've never read this. It's, frickin' asswipe. That's putting it mild. Henry's remains were found along railroad tracks near the Seaward Highway by 2 railroad employees on October 2nd. Smith told the investigators, "Are you guys in a rush to go home?" before confessing to the grisly slayings. Smith admitted to picking up Abuchuk and bringing her back to his home because his wife was out of town. He said he killed Abuchuk after she refused to take a shower. She refused to shower and it just pissed him off, and he went to his garage. It's just disgusting. Whether Mr. Smith did these crimes for fame, notoriety, out of anger, because he wants to show off to somebody else what he's capable of doing, share with friends, share with girlfriends, we'll never know for sure. We'll never know for sure. What we do know is the defendant violently and brutally murdered two women. That is why we're here today, said the prosecutor. At first, the woman said she found the memory card on the street, but later admitted she stole the phone from Smith's truck and then put the images and videos on a memory card she stole from a local store. All right. So that's depressing. This is why I got tired of reading true crime. You know what I mean? Oh, I better save some to take my meds with. All right, I'm going to put the link in. You want to come up, Sherry? And anyone else that might want to come up? What's going on here? Oh. Yay, it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. I'm going to turn my camera off. Yes, it's very disturbing. Wow. Oh, excuse me. I got like the belches. She's here so fast. You're as quick as a little froglet hopping into or out of a pond.
I was trying to see if I could keep up with you.
You were so fast because it makes a little bloop. It makes a noise like bloop. It reminds me of you remind me of a little baby frog hopping out of a pond.
I've been running around crazy all day doing laundry, cooking, and organizing stuff and trying to get things ready.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, everybody's in bed.
Ready for
chill.
Easter? Ready for Easter?
Well, we did Easter a week early because the kids were on spring break a week later than everyone else in this here. So, so we kind of already got that under our belt. We did that last week. But
yeah,
just,
I always pick up chocolates, you know. I mean, not a lot, like a chocolate bunny and maybe whatever, you know. But I usually do it in April, right?
Right.
So I'll probably go to the store literally on Sunday so the kids have something, because you know, even though they're older, it's nice to celebrate. I mean, not that it's about chocolate. It's about Jesus rising, right? Jesus
Yes.
rising for those who believe. But you're going to your mom's, says Truth Seeker. Nice. So, what was I going to say? Oh, have you heard of this story? I'm going to turn my camera off and take my meds. Have you heard of this effing creep? What an effing creep. I mean,
No, it's
God.
No, I was listening to what you were reading, but no, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah.
I've been kind of caught up in all the kid cases lately, you know.
Yeah. What have you heard about any of that? Anything new?
No, there's several of them still missing, and kind of the same thing still going on. The worst thing about the cases like that really gets me is that
Yeah.
you know the outcome's hardly ever good. And just the sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting to hear the worst news is just, even when you're not the parent, you just can feel for those people. And it's just,
It is. And you just hope it's never you, right? That's going to go through it.
right. I don't know. I always used to tell the twins when they were little, because they were kind of mischievous. I used to say, if anybody ever tried to kidnap you guys, they wouldn't keep you for long. We used to just make jokes, which is not a thing to joke about, but in the funny sense of it, like,
Yeah.
it never would have
Trying
got
to be funny.
right.
Yeah.
But we used to make a joke, because you know how you try to scare them when they're little, and you make sure they understand that people could take you and things can happen to you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that after I told them that, they were making sure that would never happen.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't mince words. I mean, I didn't say, you could be RAPED or anything, but I literally have brought up some details. Not
Right.
a lot, not graphic, but because sometimes they think they can just get away. Well, I can just get away. Well, no, not,
Yeah.
tied up or something. Hold on just 1 second.
Excuse me. I mean, honestly, I was thinking the other day that it would be great if, like, the schools would, I mean, even if it wasn't through the school, but maybe communities offer self-defense classes, or classes that help kids, like, do, like, I don't know what program I was watching, but it was like where parents would, with these professionals, they would set up a scenario with their kids. The kids wouldn't know what was going on, but the parents and, the actors would know. And they would do different situations, like, can you help me find my dog at a park, like, and see if the children will go with the person to test their kids. And it was like really amazing, like, the ways that the different situations turned out. But I mean, it would be nice, I mean, if they offered stuff like that, would really be helpful, because I mean, it never hurts to learn how to defend yourself so that you could
I'll be
possibly
right
have a better
back. I
chance.
need to do. Go ahead and chit chat with the chat, hon. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let me get down here into the chat. So I'm going to type this in chat, but I'm going to ask it too. So do you all think self-defense classes, community-wise or in school, would, like, if the schools offered something like that, would be helpful? Probably the schools wouldn't want to do anything like that because of liability. But I mean, like, like maybe communities could offer it a discount, or, maybe volunteer-wise, so that, families that couldn't afford it would still be able to, um, have the same possibilities there. Okay, so I typed it in there, guys. But I was just curious what people thought of that. I mean, I can think back to being in school, and I can think of, like, a time when I was, like, chased after school by somebody who literally thought that he'd been called a name or something earlier in the day and was holding a grudge all day long. And someone from the school saw it and, like, came and gave me a little assistance. But it was like, um, well, it was also an unexpected approach, which just means, someone coming up behind you from a distance and you not realizing that they are. But I could have definitely used something like that kind of knowledge for protection purposes, especially when you're a female walking alone after school. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing tonight, sweetie? I mean, I've been running my feet right off today. Been a busy week. But keeping busy makes days go by faster too, so it's always a good thing. Seems like everybody's having a nice evening and nice positive vibes going on in the chat, which is always good. I was telling Tina today that I always send her a lot of positive quotes and stuff and send them to multiple friends of mine. And I mean, sometimes, those, they make me feel a certain way, like when I read stuff that kind of gives you encouragement. And so I like to share those with other people because you never know when somebody could use something like that to just kind of bring them back to reality or give them that little boost they need for the day. And I'm going to see if I'm going to read one to you guys tonight. It's not real long, but it's really effective. It kind of covers everything. And yeah. So what are y'all doing at, well, it's 10:49 here. I'm not sure. How about everybody put what time it is? Because I know we have some people from far away that obviously are different time zones. True Seeker, did you figure out how to do the, like where you go in and you like copy the link and then it's in the clipboard? I remember one time when I had so many different people's like channel things on there because I was, helping different people. And so I had like all the links so that I could post them for them all the time. I had to go in there one day and realize that the clipboard also holds on to other things that you like forward. And I had to clean that thing up. It was a bit much. No, definitely not defrogless because nowadays it's a completely different story. I remember being like 9 or 10 years old and riding my old banana seat bike. If anybody knows what the older bikes look like with the big long banana seat, they call them. I remember riding that thing with my neighbor's daughter to the swimming pool in the summertime. And I don't think I was more than 10 years old. And yeah, nowadays I would have never let my kids do that, but I was able to do that in the 70s, early 80s, and it not be a big deal. Doesn't mean that there wasn't predators out there. There definitely has always been. But them there wasn't social media then, there wasn't cell phones then. There wasn't so many different ways to track and figure out where people are, and so it was, much different. Oh wow. So we have hour ahead. Do we have any of our international Lulu's in here? Okay, 3 p.m. Friday. Wow. It's so hard to believe. I don't know if any of you saw this earlier, but I saw this clip on YouTube and it was the solar eclipse, and ours isn't supposed to be able to be seen by us until the 8th of April. But this was like happening today somewhere else. And I was like, what? I was so confused. Does anybody know? Is that because that was obviously in a different country, would be my guess. Sanders said she smashed that like button on the way in. Awesome. I did too. It's always good to hit it right away so you never forget it. Hit it so you don't forget it. There you go, guys. We got a new slogan. All right. I'm going to type that in. I meant you don't forget it, but I put y'all. I'm telling you. When you have a rough day, it's always nice if you can have a little laugh at the end of it. Kind of seals the deal. Y'all agree? Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes I used to say to myself, there's two ways when you get angry you feel. Either you get angry and you're so angry that it makes you cry because you're just to that point, or you get so angry that you just have to turn it into a laugh because it's just the most like bizarre situation. So I always like say there's two ways of and anger comes out, and it's either you're gonna cry because you're that overwhelmed, or you're gonna laugh because you're that overwhelmed. It's interesting. I agree, Lisa. I was kind of buzzing around here and getting stuff done. The one thing about pain is when you're in a lot of pain, the one thing way I learned to cope with it for it's been 24 years now. It's hard to believe since I first seriously injured my back, and I just found that keeping busy causes you to be distracted enough that you can cope better. But if you're not, then that's when it kind of sets in and takes you down. I remember a few people coming to see me after my second back surgery, and they were like, "How are you going up and down stairs?" And I'm thinking, the whole story of that is that if you did it before, you can do it after. It's all about what the body's used to, you know. I was always one of those people when I was having the kiddos. I did everything normal. I didn't reserve anything. Obviously, I didn't go water skiing or anything, but you know what I'm saying? I tried to be as the way I would normally be, any other day. Makes a big difference. I know that we all get depressed when we don't have things to do or things to fulfill our day or lives with, you know, and that's why we're all in here sometimes, aren't we? Because we've got to have that connection or that little extra something, kind of just, chat with others and see how everybody else is doing. It makes you not feel so alone in what you're going through. Big help. As long as it stays positive, it's good for all of us to be connected. I mean, there's no other way anybody would be able to talk to on a daily basis or, have a conversation, or even, if you're video chatting friends that you've met, see other countries or places that you've never been or may never get to go to. I just feel like it's a lot of diversity in YouTube. Well, that's good to hear, Sandra. We try really hard. Tina's got great mods. There's good people in here. Everybody's just trying to chill. And just keep the good vibes going, and all that evil stuff can just be pushed away. There's strength in numbers and strength in positivity. Hi, Carol. How are you tonight? Yeah, I have too. I mean, you have to be really careful, and it's hard to trust a lot of people, but you'll know the right people when you find them, because they're the people that will never say or do anything to hurt you. Doesn't mean anybody's perfect and nobody will make mistakes, because that's a given. That's why we're human. But it means that at the end of the day, you'll know who your true friends are, because they'll always be there. They'll wake up every morning and they'll talk to you and they'll care about you, and they'll say goodnight at night, just as if they were your next door neighbor. Those are good friends. Mary Jane. How are you doing, hun? Um, Not a whole lot. Tina was talking about a case. And then she is um taking a break, doing some meds and getting a beverage. So we're just chilling.
Hello.
Hi, hun. She's back.
It took a little bit. I was warming up some. He wanted some cauliflower, broccoli, carrots warmed up, like you can put them in the microwave and they steam.
Oh yeah, I just
Mhm.
I just made steamed veggies earlier.
Mm. Yeah, my son is still home. Says that he's going to go in a couple of months when he's feeling better
Right. Well, at least
mentally.
he took
So,
time. At least he's taken time to wait and think it through. You know.
yeah, I'm really relieved because I was 110% because he took things off his hangers and put him, his clothes in a bag. So
Right.
I hung things up for him. And
Have you ever in your life got mad at someone and done the same thing? I was just wondering because I can think of when I've done it a few times.
yeah, I probably have.
I was just thinking
The
about it.
hangers are flying through the air.
It's like the movies when they go in the room and you already know before the person walks in that it's going to be an empty house, but you still go through the whole motion with them like there's nothing in the closet.
Yeah,
Man.
you find how much stuff you have. Like, I don't think I have that much stuff, but really I do. Yeah, I
Right.
made him some cheese tortillas. And hmm
Yeah, I was asking everybody like what time it was and how they felt about like self-defense classes that maybe
Oh,
not the school like setting them up because the school there's so many liabilities and things with school systems, but like
hmm
community centers or communities just to help. I mean, because I was thinking of being younger and one time being attacked after school by a student and thinking, well, self-defense would have really helped me that day. Luckily someone came to my rescue, one of my fellow students that lived really close to the park by the school.
came to
But
your rescue?
yeah, it was like he was like a guardian angel. I mean, he must have been watching from his house because his house faced the park and the park was between where his house was and the school. And I was walking through the park and I didn't see somebody running up behind me.
What? How old were you?
Uh, like 12 or 13 maybe.
What?
Yeah. And
Someone
it
was
was like a
running up broad
yeah, it was
daylight
really
ready to
messed
grab
up.
you?
Yeah, he kind of like bum rushed me, and then before I knew it, like this person just came running out of nowhere and just just flew on top of dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and after that we were pretty good friends. I mean, he was a really quiet, kind of awkward kid in school, but he was really nice to everybody. And I never would have thought that, I never would have expected. It was kind of shocking. I was like, well, thank you.
Oh my
And
God. Were you
it was all,
walking? Oh, go
go ahead.
ahead. Well, were you walking home from middle school?
No, I was actually walking across the park because one of my friends lived not too far from where he did because they had like a whole row of houses down one whole road that started like where the residential started, and all of those houses
Wow.
on that face to the park. Yeah, and so that's where I was heading. But yeah, I was just thinking about these all these fights and these girls getting hurt, and it's just so terrible. And I was thinking, sometimes that kind of stuff could really help a person. You know,
Oh yeah, you mean with
self defense,
the
knowing how to
girls
like
that are being like beat up and
yeah.
ending
The
up
one
in comas
Yeah, the one
or
was in a
dying?
coma and one of them
Mm-hmm.
passed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just heart wrenching, man. To think of your kids going to school and then not coming home.
Yeah, and
Just
it
anguish.
happens more often than we even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it seems to be just more and more and more all the time. Almost to where you can't keep up with the cases because there's barely one even halfway through before another one
Oh
starts.
God, really? Yeah, I saw that one where that was she 16 and her head was slammed into the something or
Yeah.
other, right? The
Yeah, up into the
floor or something.
into the cement.
They had to induce her into a like coma.
Yeah.
Oh God. It's just so sad.
Yeah, there's a lot of anger there.
Have you seen this movie? Alone, not Home Alone with
Well,
with Cockney or whatever his name is, but Cockney is. This one's different.
I don't know if I have or not.
What is this from? We the Real Bitches. Or it could be Wet Here Oh Bitches, which, which I highly doubt. Oh my gosh. So were you getting some good rest yesterday when I was live?
Oh yeah, I actually fell asleep
Mm-hmm.
kind of early, and then I woke up like at what was it, like 3 or something, and I noticed I'd missed the show, and then I seen you in Leanie's, and I was gonna come up there, but I didn't know there was something else going on in the midst of it all. And so yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't planned at all. I mean,
no, I
I
didn't
went
think
over
so
to
either.
just, I went over to just give a like and whatever. And then I told her, I said, I saw the certain person in her chat. So I wanted her to be aware, right? Of
Right.
some, and I said, check your messenger. I didn't even bring up her name. And then she invited her up. And yeah, that was
I know, I could feel
something
your
else.
discomfort from through the screen. I promise you, I
Yeah.
could. And then she was she said, well, just, and I was fine with waiting, but then yeah,
Yeah.
then you dropped off, and I was like, well, um and then she didn't end up doing any more panel. But yeah, I just wanted to let her know in chat. I was like, I wasn't going to start nothing with that person. I've
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
ever fought with anybody on a panel in my life, and don't plan on ever doing it.
Oh, well, good for you, because I think I have. If you don't,
Tina's done enough for both of us, right?
yeah. Sticking up for myself. Well, and then
Right.
bringing up Team Rose, like totally not, like for real. And then once I start talking, I just sort of, I really do. My brain gets on like a roll with it, and I just say all my feelings about things as much as I don't want to.
Right.
But I thought she was going to not do lives anymore. But what I'm seeing is she's doing little shorts, I guess they're called, which is, good. She stays connected with her audience or whatever, or whatever, right?
Right.
Because, I mean, Team Rose said she was going to, her word to me was, the heck is that word now? Now I can't think. I can't think of what it is where you disappear, but it's not disappear. So anyway, yeah. Oh, incognito. She was going to go
Incognito.
incognito. Hmm. Okay. Anybody got any big plans for Easter? No.
Right. We had like we did a little early one with, since the kids were here a week before Easter, so we did that with his
What
family
did you
this past
do?
Sunday.
What did you do? Did you give them Easter baskets or did you have cake? Sometimes people have cake and big
Well,
dinners.
yeah, his mom made a bunch of like I can't even talk, colorful cupcakes. Is it colorful cupcakes?
Ooh, colorful
And they had
cupcakes.
an Easter egg hunt, but it was really crappy outside, so they had to
Good.
do it in the house. But
Mm,
yeah,
hmm.
it was fun for him. And most of the grandkids in his family, I think the youngest might be 7 or something, so they're getting up there. But
Yeah.
I don't know. They had the plastic eggs, and they had like different stuff in them all, like different kinds of things, not just candy. But it was
And
interesting.
who is this? A neighbor or you mean the town?
No, my husband's family.
Oh, okay. So they
Yeah.
had
So
everything outside and then before it rained, they had to bring it all inside the house.
yeah, they
Oh,
couldn't do
wow.
the outside version, which is always more fun because then you can hide stuff better.
Yeah, in the
Because
plastic.
there was, what, 6 or 7 kiddos there trying to find
Oh,
eggs in the basement.
oh, that's cute. Now,
Yeah.
what people don't, I mean, when I was little, we literally took hard-boiled eggs
Yeah. Yeah. And we
along
colored
with the
them and
plastic.
decorated them.
And then
Yeah.
hid them, and if you found one, you ate it later on. I mean, I don't know.
Um,
I like hard-boiled eggs.
I remember, Tina, this is going to make you laugh. One year, we decided to take the kids when they're younger to the park to do an Easter egg hunt, right? And there's
Yeah.
this big state park by my mom's house. So we thought, oh, let's take them all up there. And we hit them really good. So I had my husband take the kids down to the park so they wouldn't see where I was hiding them. And so got them all hid. And 2 of them, they were running. Like, so the youngest little guy, he wasn't getting as many, right? Because he couldn't move as fast. And other kids were just getting them and getting them. Well, before we realized that was going to happen, 2 of them were running for the same spot and they hit head on. They just, boom, about knocked them both out. And we were like, oh my gosh, right in the midst of
Head
a
on
memorable
neighbor.
moment. These guys
Oh,
just, boom, they didn't see each other because they were running for that egg.
yes. Did they bang heads?
Yeah. They were okay. You know how kids are. It's not like us. We're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? They just get up and keep going. But then the older kids felt bad for little guys, so they started like giving a couple of their eggs to him, so he had more. Then I remember that. That was interesting. It was
Yeah.
definitely more fun for them because they could, it was stretched out and they were hidden pretty good. They had to like look really hard. So, and I videotaped it. Of course, I didn't videotape it because back then we didn't have all that fancy stuff. So it was a digital camera that I was doing a video on.
Right, right. Remember those VCR, not VCRs, those kind of heavy big cameras you would
Yeah, like the
get on.
camcorders, the one that had like the big VHS tapes in
Yes.
them. They were so
Yes.
big.
Yes. I still have my VHS tapes from, back in the day or
Do
whatever.
you?
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
an overabundance of DVDs still, and it's like now everything you can just like watch it on Netflix or Amazon or one of
Wow.
them. And I'm like, what are we gonna do with all of these?
Oh, wow. Saved the fake eggs from last year. Yeah, I used to get 10 cents. It felt like $10 when you're little. I lived with my
Right?
dad and my sister, and that's when I lived with my dad. My mother wasn't around, and my dad would put 10 cents and for the tooth fairy too. Gee, though, maybe you could buy 10 pieces of candy with a dime back in the 60s, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
used to get quite a few things for a quarter.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Spring is here and summer is near.
Yeah, spring has sprung. Boy, it rained so hard yesterday. I mean, you could hear it through my closed window, just going that kind of rain.
Oh goodness. Ow.
I don't want to crunch in the speaker.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so when you came up, you said a few or a bunch of kids are missing. Now, apparently, I don't know, I think it's a little boy in West Virginia or Virginia. He was found.
Right.
What other ones are you referring to besides Sebastian and wait, what other ones are there? I'm sure there's a lot, but
I know, right? I'm let me think here. So yeah, so they're still looking for Sebastian, and then did they ever find that little 3-year-old boy? That what was his name? Oh my goodness. Oh wow, I can't even remember. I was just thinking about him the other
feel
day.
better, Truth Seeker. I'm sorry you feeling crappy.
Was it Elijah or something? Because I felt like there was a 3-year-old that was missing. I thought his name was Elijah Vu or something, or I don't know. I have to look it up again, make sure I'm saying the right name. But I know one of them was fairly young. Thinking, yeah. So many different things going on. It's so hard to keep up with all of it. Are you paused? I mean, paused.
Oh shit! I'm talking away and I'm on mute. What the hell?
I said paused and I meant mute. Are you
Diversity
paused?
seems hostile. Elijah Vu.
Yeah, Elijah Vu. Okay, so I did
That's it.
remember. Took me
Hello,
a minute to.
Relentless. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rainy
Yeah,
mist. I know. Do you have Google right there? Or is
yeah.
that going to wake someone? Well, it's only 11. Can you ask Google how many children are missing in Iowa?
In Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to do it on my phone. That way I don't ask Alexa because I have her turned up because of music. It's blaring.
You're so funny. I might have to get mine.
Okay, let's see if I can carefully do this. Just let me know if, like, so it says 60 and 7 open cases. Hello.
60 people are missing, but there's only 7 open
So it
cases.
says Iowa case status 7 total.
Thank you, Lisa and Lulu and everybody else for your sweet support in Leanie's chat last night. I sure as heck am not the darn chat police. Jeez. But I did block Ryan Bremer, right? And but I wrote in comments to him briefly. I just said, you know, if you're not underage, because some people are saying he's not, but some are.
That whole situation was bizarre. That's all I have to say about that. And it only
Yeah,
took like 10 minutes for somebody in the chat to look it up, figure it out, and
put the name up there. So why was it such a big deal?
I know. It's
I was like,
crazy.
okay, give somebody a minute. Somebody's gonna find it. And they did.
Yeah, I think she called that place or did her little report. She was trying to get my channel taken down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be the thing, you know. But I don't know what the heck, people can't just leave things be.
That's really sad. 60 kids are missing.
Yeah, it
That's a
doesn't seem
lot.
possible because you don't hear, you know, on the news about all of that either. So it's basically saying that there's 7 open cases right now where they must be actively still working on them. But I've never heard of any of them. And that's weird. I'm gonna have to start following them more.
Look at
So
this.
there was
Not to change the subject or interrupt, but PCT, Ryan is my buddy and he's 24. He's not a minor. Well, why is there all this talk that he's 15 and not even just that he's 15, that Markella knows of his mother? First, she made it sound like she said they were friends. Then she kind of said she's never met her.
Yeah,
or
that was
whatever
bizarre.
on the internet. Yeah. But Ryan, refrigerated mustard. I mean, if that really is the case, you know, if he really isn't a minor, just have him do a different account and come in. Because I don't want people to feel ostracized like I have, or left out, or not welcome. You know, he really likes my chat. He likes Leanie's chat. Okay, she said the mom came online and said that it was her kid. Right. I don't know, but he's 24 and is in Special Olympics. He's shared it all with me, PCT. Well, refrigerated mustard, see this? She said Markella said the mom came online and said it was her kid. I don't really think Markella would just make that up. But then again, who the flip knows? Why not tell YouTube so they can deal with it and remove his account? Well, I blocked him. Yeah. The Center for Missing Kids don't have enough real shit to deal with. She's just trying to get my channel taken down.
And that's just like, yeah, I mean, they don't need anybody calling in false reports that's taking time away from an emergency.
Yeah.
Just like when people call the police for stupid reasons and they know they're stupid, when they're taking officers off for some emergency thing, when there could be an emergency, and them being away from there could cause somebody else to, have an issue because they're being sent somewhere they don't need to go.
Exactly. And see what Lulu said? PCT, the woman had zero argument. Leanie called her out good and proper. She didn't care about the child. She wanted to screw you over and thought she could make us believe it. Wasn't so. I know.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. Oh, look at this. Who else here thinks maybe Wild Angel's bucket list is really Mayim Bialik in disguise? Looks like her, sounds like her, smart like her. Do you know who that is? I know who it is. She has her own little, or she used to have her own little, half hour show. What are those called on TV?
You're not thinking of a sitcom, right? You're thinking of
No, I am. It's a sitcom.
Okay.
I know. You cannot police all the kids online.
And I mean, I agree 100% with what you said, and it was right to the point. Is that it's a parent's responsibility to make sure that if the kids are on YouTube, they're on kids' YouTube if they're under a certain age, because they do have that for that reason, because it's more for their content.
Yeah, and all my videos have been 18 and over, except I think the very first one, which were my kittens, right? When they
Right,
were really
right,
small.
right. Yeah,
So
I know. I was. Go ahead.
he has a channel. I didn't know that. I don't think he'll want to make a new one. He's a good guy regardless. Well, I can unblock him, but I'm
It's too
gonna
bad
have,
that false information has to keep coming across, because it's, unnerving for you to try to, interpret. Okay, is this bad, good?
I
What,
see him
what's
on
going on?
tons of different channels. Do you, Mary Jade? Should I unblock him? I can go in and unblock him right now. But I'm going to have people after my ass saying, see, she didn't block him. I mean, how do I know what the darn truth is? Right? I'm not saying refrigerated mustard is lying. I'm not saying Mary Jane Doe is lying about the mother coming in. Who that Ryan guy I've seen in different chats too, but know nothing about him at all. Oh, yeah. Amy from the Big Bang Theory was Blossom. Yeah, that person. It's not
Oh,
just an avatar. He has videos of himself on his channel. How do we know he's 24, though? Because you've literally met him? Is that what you said? People believe crazy rumors. It's a witch hunt to me. I'll ask him. How will you ask him? Like,
well, I mean, you'd be able to tell the difference in a voice of a 15-year-old compared to a 24-year-old, though, for sure. I mean, if you heard the
yeah, that's
voice.
true, too. Yeah. I feel like going in and unblocking him, but he's going to think probably when he tried to come in, either tonight or whenever, that he's blocked, so he's not going to try again. He likes to share his Special Olympic accomplishments on his channel. Aw.
Well, that's
And he's
good.
24.
Wow.
And this is the other thing. It's really kind of a stretch. I mean, of course, I feel bad that as a child, she was essayed, like she said. But isn't that kind of a stretch to pin what happened to her in her childhood kind of onto me having a channel that maybe not a child, but a supposed 15-year-old is on? It's just kind of a stretch.
Right.
People are out to find anything wrong with you they can. Yeah, how the hell can any creator know the true age of their subs without doxing them? This is ridiculous. Yeah.
Right. It is ridiculous, and it's irritating that people want to come into, chats where people are trying to just relax and just hang out and
Yeah,
have
Ryan
discussions,
Bremer.
and bring that negativity just in like a swing, you know what I mean? And throw everybody off their axis there for a second, but everybody handled it well.
Well, wait a minute. I know it Rapper is 24. Is Rapper Ryan Bremer?
I don't know, but do you remember that one? I don't
Don't
know if you've
tell
seen it,
me.
but in one of the chats one night,
Hi,
it might have
Liberator.
been yours. Somebody said that there was two rappers in the chat that night, and one of them said that they were Blue Scarlet's son, and I thought that was weird. One night, I don't think you've seen it, but it was in your chat.
Yeah, and I don't want to dox him, but he's fairly young.
Yeah, he is young, and that was just weird, because why would somebody do that, and why would somebody say that?
So,
You
and
know what I'm
he
saying?
supposedly was in my chat. Someone saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's
I don't
sakes.
know if any of the other mods saw it, but it was one of the nights you didn't have a panel. And so I was in the chat and I was paying attention
Oh
and saw
my
that.
God.
And I was getting confused because I kept seeing two rappers, right? And then somebody noticed it and called them out. And the person said, I am Blue Scarlet's son. And then the next one thing said, oh, I'm just kidding. But that's not funny and that's weird.
No, that's not funny. And it's not. And
so I have no idea. And you would, the only way you find out anything is to try to go to the source and say, this is, something we saw.
I'd
You know
be
what's going on.
careful. Right. Rapper is rapper.
Right. And we all
And
know that.
Ryan Bremer is someone else.
Right.
Correct? How does rapper know this Ryan then? Or knows? He's the one that was saying, I believe anyway, because Markella was saying, well, ask rapper, ask rapper. Rapper says he's 15. What? Yeah,
Oh,
there's been a bunch of clone accounts.
yeah, a lot of them.
I remember
But
the fake rapper, the real rapper
think that
called it out. So
whoever would have wrote that in the chat would have to know that person and their child to be able to bring that up like that. You see what I'm saying? Like that, I just found that to be really odd.
I'm going to go in and unblock him. Okay, I'm hearing more.
I don't know. I mean, so in that case,
Yeah, I was.
that would have been
too.
somebody underage if that account was being mimicked for the other rapper and it was actually that person's child, because we know how old that person's child is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
he wouldn't even be getting into
right, I know, that's what I'm saying, but who would have
Right.
said something like that? It has to be someone that knows that person. That's the only way.
Or someone that's just trying to cause problems with
Right.
what's her face? Not what's her face. Blue. What is it? Blue Scarlet. Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't think she was in the chat that night. Or yeah, she was. So I don't know if she even seen that went by, because the chat was going pretty quick, but I don't know if she saw it, but it was weird.
Oh yeah. Here's another one. I know you're careful, as we had a young girl come in the other day that you were going to block as you were concerned it was a minor. I had to assure you she was special needs lady. Yeah. And it's not even by like how they're talking or what they're saying or how they sound to me in chat. It's what people are telling me.
Right.
I mean,
well,
you
I
left
would
a
say
comment
that
on a video.
that you trust the people that you're used to in your chat that don't do anything like that, but people that are coming in or that are from somewhere else are not probably gonna be telling you the truth for sure.
Yeah, Rapper's pretty cool. I mean, he really trolled me.
I think he was even annoyed that he was cloned that night. He's like, wait a minute, what? You know?
Speak of the devil, where is Rapper? Yeah.
He was in the earlier.
I'm going to go unblock Ryan. Or should I just wait and see if he comes back to Mary Jane? He's been promoting his channel all around. Who, Ryan? I've seen super short videos of him on his page.
So somebody's actually physically seen this person, so you know they're not a child, right? That's what you're saying.
Well, I'm thinking so. Ask Mary Jane Doe. Ask her if she's seen it says I've seen super short video. I guess I'll ask her. Mary Jane, does he look 15? You can tell. They have that baby. They have that baby face. They don't have that 24-year-old look, you know? How do we find his channel? Yeah, that Ryan guy tries to drop his link in all kinds of chats I've seen. Yes, they're trying to tell me, or someone is, that he's a minor, that he's 15. Good grief.
And as far as you and me know, you only know, well, I don't know if you know more than that, but one person that we both know that has a minor, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I doubt, like you said, I doubt they were in the chat, but why would someone make that up? That's kind of disturbing.
It is. He had a bunch
because
of
that's like making somebody else look bad, that their kid could possibly be in there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just strange. So,
yeah, he got trolled and deleted them. He's autistic. So you mean he has no videos now? He deleted them all?
Oh, Lord.
Refrigerated mustard? That's so sad. I think that's really sad.
Well, yeah.
What is PM? What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but his link is above. Above what? Where, up here? Tina, I just looked at his channel. He's for sure in his 20s, and I subscribe to him out, helping me. Only has 79 subscribers. Aw. Okay, where's his link? Up
So
here?
you
Here
were
it is.
totally lied to on live completely about this person.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
But the only person that anybody was mentioned that was somebody young enough that would be an issue, then I don't know what happened after that night. What I know, some of the mods were talking like, what's this other rapper account in here? You know, they were trying to figure it out too.
Yeah,
I don't
my
know.
managing mod is innocent until proven guilty, and she was upset in Leanie's last night, and I saw what she wrote in chat. I mean, she wasn't like nasty or anything. You know,
Right.
I like her. She's my managing mod. I never unmanaged her from my managing mod. Then, in case it came undone somehow, I went in and checked, and she's still there. So I don't know
Right.
why she thinks she's not the managing mod, but so
Yeah, because
here's
it'll
the
tell you in the channel. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys all want to go in and sub up to him? I will too if I'm able. He has some videos on there, but deleted shorts. Oh, you maniac. So he's not a minor. So stop it, Markella. This is just ridiculous.
Right.
Was anybody else watching the same thing that Markella was? He's completely harmless, you guys.
So she basically went up there to infiltrate into Leanie's because she saw you up there. And that's just so rude to do that to somebody, because you're up there trying to hang out with a friend, and then she comes out of nowhere with that.
She was invited up, of course, by Leanie, but
She didn't realize it.
she's just either totally made it up, or she's just going with what she was told supposedly 3 months ago.
Oh,
She
wow.
said, yeah, remember, she goes, I've been trying to get a hold of her for 3 months in chat.
Wow. That's not possible.
I stopped. I butted right in and I said, I didn't even hear that there might be a minor in my chat until just the last few days. I mean, not even that. Because what am I supposed to do? Just go through and look at everyone's avatar when that doesn't mean anything.
Right, it doesn't.
It's just so ridiculous. There's like 5 videos, each of them a couple seconds long. Aw. All right. Well, you guys want to go in and sub him up and make him happy? And I'm going to put a little tunage on. We'll see what the next song is. I just downloaded a bunch of stuff this afternoon. And I'm going to unblock him, and I'll be right back. This one is called Versace Beat by Young Logos. Oh my goodness. God.
Oh my goodness. My son just literally like snored really funny and made the weirdest noise and startled me to death because like it was like quiet and he made this strange noise and then...
Don't let him know he's on live doing it. So he's unblocked, and yeah, he's unblocked. So I only have 46 people watching. Oh, that's because Jimmy's live right now. Can you check for me,
Does
Sherry?
that mean we need to step it up a bit?
Yeah. Do I need to take my thing off? Just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, is Jimmy live right now? Or is he done yet? I'm sure goes live a lot. Not that anybody would even want to watch me from the Snapping Turtles. He is live, says Mary Jane Doe.
Did you see the video where they got a video going around where he falls asleep when he's driving?
Yes, somebody wrote that in my
was
chat,
disturbing.
and I never saw it. He literally
I was like, what
like,
the hell? He was live, I guess. That's how they knew. Otherwise, there's no other way you'd know that.
Wow. It's gotta be because he stayed up all night to fly. He likes to stay up all night, so he'll sleep on his plane trips.
Right. Maybe he needed a chauffeur.
Yeah, poor Jimmy. He's interviewing Seth, who is Sebastian's dad. Okay. Can I turn my music down? Oh yeah, I forgot it was going. I swear. There we go. We'll just have it ticking in the background.
For some reason, I can visualize your son gently drumming to this on his machines.
Yes. Okay, did it end and now it's starting again? Well, you took his whole drum kit down. So now he's got to put it all back up again.
Well, that'll give him something to do.
Yep, it will. It will. Here's Retro Shine. Let's see what this one's like.
Is this like that? What do you call it? It's like like retro. What do they call it?
It's the free music on YouTube.
Is it? Imagine that.
But I went through.
You get no words. You just get instrumentation.
Yeah, well, some have words.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. This is the Young Logos. They have different people up there each month. And if I like the beat, I'll play a little bit of it. I thought this beat was kind of cool and different. So I was like, I downloaded it. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that? Is that a guitar? What's he doing?
I wish I could enlarge like the part where this like the chat comes across the screen. So when you went off, I just went back in the chat like through the StreamYard. A lot of people don't know you can do that, but I finally learned how a long time ago to do that because what I would do is you know how you can change. Well, I have a different kind of phone, but you can change your screen and still like talk like here, but you can be on a different screen and looking up something or like whatever. And I would go back into the chat that way, right? But you just had to pause the noise of the YouTube thing, or it would, you had to be muted. So I was glad when I figured out how to do it through.
Yeah.
I had to go in there. I couldn't read it like that, so I went in there so I could see it.
There, I turned it down a little more. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So I wonder how many people are missing in Washington State.
I don't know, but it was on one of the top 10 lists. But California is the top of the top. Like, it's the number one.
It
And that's
is.
because of its location and, like, it's all poured around it, and Mexico's right there too, so.
Gee, how many are missing in Washington State, will you ask?
I can look.
I mean, I can get out my little orange thing, but it's kind of a pain in the
She goes
ass.
my little orange thing.
My little orange Hey Google. It's loud, it's soft, it turns on when I don't want it to. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. Don't worry about the views. You guys, I want, I have 2,557 subs, and I just so badly want to get 3 more tonight. So I have 2,560. Will someone sub me up if you don't ever want to come back? You think I'm boring, you think I suck, you hate my voice, just sub me up. Anyway.
Okay, so the number of missing as of 2023, so that would be at, like, from the beginning of the year to the end, was 643. Mm-hmm.
Compared to 70 in Iowa? Or
Yeah.
60? How many? 500 and what?
643. That's
As
a lot of
last-
people.
As of last year? That's a
Yeah,
lot of
at the end of
families
2023.
wondering where their child is when they
Right.
go to bed at night or eat dinner. That's really sad. That almost makes me want to cry.
It's shocking.
Because whenever I grab my mail, right, I take time to glance at the picture down at the bottom. I mean, it's this big, right? It's just the littlest square, but I glance at it. And yeah, there was one time my friend from Linden, Washington, when I used to live there, when my son was 3, I said this before, but for people that didn't hear, she went underground, supposedly, with her daughter. And her husband that she married, I was actually at their wedding and their reception. He was the manager at this restaurant, this little Christian not a lot of them from Linden are like from Denmark and stuff, so whatever that nationality is, I can't think right now. Anyway, he was from, I don't know, like Afghanistan or Pakistan or somewhere over there, and the abuse was getting really bad, and she was afraid that, he would take their daughter. And I don't even know to this day if she's still hiding or what's happened in her life.
Oh, wow.
But I saw her picture, and it's the kind of thing where you just, your heart just, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't expect to see someone you know. I'm not even kidding. And then,
right.
before I saw that, I saw her in the store up here in the clothing area, and she would barely say anything to me. I didn't know her really massively well, but pretty well, because she was a neighbor of mine. And she was younger. She was a good, 20 years younger. And, or no, more like 15 then, because when Parker was 3, I was 36. So no, she was more like, 10 or 15 years younger. But anyway, she was like, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. I mean, that's just weird. It's weird.
Right.
Like, it was a picture of her and her daughter. So yeah. And today, I don't remember her first name. I'm being honest. Might be Debbie. I'm not really sure. I don't remember her last name for the life of me. Yeah. But I wonder if she divorced him or what's going on with her in her life. He was just doting and loving and wonderful. And then once he married her, he changed. So sad. Yeah, so sad. Is that music still going?
I don't hear it, but you're like pixelating.
I'm pixelating. What does that mean?
Like the screen is kind of like how do you describe it?
Is it moving?
It's like you're saying things, but it's in slow motion, and then it'll like pause it, but your voice is coming after you're saying something.
Oh God, I'm lagging again.
It.
Am I lagging right now?
Yeah.
Because when I look at the screen on StreamYard, I'm right on. My mouth is moving with the,
Okay. I mean, I can hear you fine. It's just it looks
it's lagging again. So I'm gonna reboot the iPad because that's what I had to do last time. All right, here I go rebooting again.
Has anybody ever had a hard time getting the seal off of a container of ice cream? I feel like I'm struggling for something that shouldn't be hard at all, but this thing's on here good. Wow. And then it's so doggone cold you can't even pull it off. There it goes. We've got a seal break, y'all. Oh, shoot. Nobody was noticing that. I thought, man, am I okay? Because I swear, something looks weird.
Hello? Is that better? Is it good now?
Yep.
Oh, look at this. Your voice is way behind your lips and blurry. Oh, that was really
so
bad.
I wasn't hallucinating. That's good.
Wow. Now, wait.
I wasn't sure.
I have more than 2,005. Oh, it's 2,500. Yeah, 57. I'm 3 away from 60, you guys. Anybody not subbed up to me in here? I haven't had a new sub in like 2 days. So I'm stressing out about it.
Yeah, look at you. You're like, in 2 days.
In 2 days. In 2 days. I don't like this. Look at this. P. Diddy is hiding all of them people. Crazy arse guy. He's sick AF.
Do we know if it's all true?
Yeah, people have been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Are these women older now, right? In like their 20s, and now they're talking? I'd be afraid.
I always find it weird that when somebody's got money and they're famous, there's always some thing that comes out, some bizarre thing, stories, and it makes you wonder if they don't make people in Hollywood that have a lot of power mad, and then they make them look bad to ruin them. Just like people on YouTube.
That's true too, but it also seems like women, they want to come out with this kind of stuff in their 20s. I'll be honest with you, like someone that has that much money, I wouldn't say anything for any amount of money. Because you could end up disappearing. You know what I mean? I mean, is it worth it? Oh, Tupac's from California. There's so many missing people out here. It's terrible.
Well, what the hell are they doing with everybody besides shipping them to other countries? But I know that's part of it. Some of them do. The bigger rings do.
I'm 20 minutes from the Canadian border. That scares
the wow,
shit.
That's one of the places that they traffic a lot of people from the United States through. I did some research on that.
I-5, which goes from here to Seattle, is supposed to be, I read, not the United States, the world's biggest sex trafficking highway. I read
Wow.
that. I read that. That really scared me. Because, right, there's Canada, there's borders off everywhere.
Right.
I'm going to see if I can find it again.
Man, if I had the money and the time and the help, I'd go out and try to find some of these missing kids that are being trafficked, try to, find the people, because you can follow the breadcrumbs and find those people and see where kids are vulnerable, and kind of, even if there was just people keeping an extra eye out for the ones that are, walking about, we need to be out there just being vigilant and paying a lot of attention.
Well, I've seen it, and my friend, Viva that lives here has driven by some houses. There's some, and don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Russians, but there's some Russians that have quite a bit of money in this town, and they do that shit.
Right.
Their sons are these good-looking, because I've seen them, well-spoken, well-dressed men. They'll go out with them for a year. Next thing you know, they're on drugs. They're being sold. They're being dumped. And I've said it before, it happened to a good friend of mine that used to live here. Both of her daughters went through that shit.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I have every reason to be, that was just way too close to home.
Right.
When she knew her daughter was with this boy, and the dad's a lawyer in this town, I don't know what the mom does, but they were gone on vacation a lot. And there's all these super fancy vehicles out front. Rims like I've never seen before on these brand spanking new, trucks and cars at 1:00 in the afternoon, parked outside of a house. That's just weird. She and I kept pounding and pounding and pounding and knocking, thinking eventually someone would get pissed off and come to the door. No one would. You couldn't hear anything. You couldn't hear music inside.
Wow.
All the drapes were down. Yeah, it was really awful. And I told her, I said, I want to go to the police with this. They need to come over here and break the damn door down. Her child was underage.
Right.
Okay, you have every right to get your daughter back if they're underage, period. However you can do it. She didn't want to call. She said she called them once and they said, we have to have proof that she's going through that. Give me a damn break. Proof?
Wow.
How do you get proof if you can't get inside a room? And her daughter, she told me, had marks here and on her ankles. It's really hideous, you guys, because when these girls were younger, we used to celebrate their birthdays with them at the park up here. Not knowing, right? I was best friends with the mom. And she started using again, and I don't know if she is today. And I had to let her go for my own sanity. When you're doing it and you're not, you're doing it and you're not, you try to be supportive. Sometimes you do, like Leanie said on her live, sometimes you have to be friends with people from afar.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm going to type in I think it's called I-5 corridor. The I-5 corridor, Washington State. See? This was written December 4th, 2023. So just what? January, February, a few months ago. It says sex trafficking in the Northwest is a problem in plain sight. Located along the Interstate 5 corridor, a major highway running from Mexico to Canada that links many West Coast cities, Washington and Oregon. I'm going to show my daughter this. I just am. She's 20, but that's not the point.
I was thinking about it one day, like, if that stuff was so, was like it is now, when my last youngest kids were, at that age, I would have definitely showed them stuff like that so that they would be aware, not to scare them, but just to give them the awareness. Because if you don't know, and, say you have friendly kids that are, just used to being nice to everyone, people know how to work with that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's the parents out there that don't ever think it'll happen to them, right?
Right.
They don't want to scare their child. I'd rather scare my child, right?
Right.
And let her be aware of. I've even brought up, it was a couple of years ago, but you get thrown in the back of a vehicle. In some of them, and if you don't know this, there's something you can pull.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there to have the trunk
Yeah.
open. Probably not in the 80s or 90s, and I don't know about every car. But, if you can, shit is just, it's just too scary anymore. It just is. Prosecutor Ben Guan recognized all the signs. He knew that the teenager who'd been screaming for help in the middle of a spring day on Aurora Avenue North, the epicenter of sex trafficking in Seattle, according to Guan, was a victim of sex trafficking. Witnesses still physically shaking from what they saw that day in June told police that a man had punched the teenager in the face and shoved her inside an SUV. When police found her in the SUV with mascara running down her face and bruises on her skin, she insisted she wanted no help. It wasn't the first time law enforcement found the woman in danger. Okay, so they found her in danger before. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. It's not even necessarily what is that called, where you start liking your kidnappers? It's they're so afraid. They're so afraid. They don't even want to admit half the time. I saw a show on it. You know what I mean? That they're being held against their will. It wasn't the court records show King County Sheriff's deputies removed her from the area known to local sex workers as the Track 4 separate times when she was a minor. Oh my God. Prosecutors knew that her attacker, Christopher Jameson, had a history of RAPE and domestic violence charges. Social media posts by Jameson and the woman indicated he identifies as a pimp and profited from her. I don't know. Can I say prostitution here? I think so. In a court filing days after the incident, Juan made the argument that Jameson should be held in jail on $100,000 bail, not just because of the alleged assault, but because it was clear to prosecutors that it was about sex trafficking.
Wow.
Oh, there, Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, she needs to know that close to home. Mm-hmm. I'm Northern California in the backyard.
Stories with the survivors,
what?
The ones that the ladies that have survived and gotten out of there, and
made it back home. Just imagine how traumatized you'd be, that you just never, your life would never be the same. It's not like you can just walk in the door, rejoin your family, and everything goes on. I mean, it would just be, you know, and it's not, it's the survivor and the family. Everybody's like, it's a big thing. And I just can't even imagine. We need a whole lot of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, now what's this? Why were you knocking on the door? What door? What? Is that to someone else up here? Having an involved demise.
I was going to say, I don't think I've heard anything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's talk he might have some involvement with. Yeah. Oh, really? That P. Diddy's ex, mom of his twins, died in her sleep about a year or two back. Really, you guys?
What the heck? I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up on here and see what I can find.
I was gonna say, because I you know, I don't really follow him, but you know, usually you'd hear things like that would be kind of make the news.
Right.
Some things, I guess, stand down under wraps a little bit. I don't know.
50 Cent's ex came out today accusing him of SA and abuse. The whole lot of them are scum. Wow. Wow. Oh, I didn't type that about the door, Tina. What? Okay. Good grief. So this Jameson guy was not charged with trafficking. The teenager hadn't come forward as a trafficking victim, making it difficult for prosecutors to prove that trafficking had occurred. Instead, he was charged with unlawful imprisonment, a felony, and a fourth-degree assault, a gross misdemeanor, using a bystander's video of the incident as key evidence. He pleaded guilty to the assault charge in October and was released without supervision a few days later. Jameson declined to comment for this story through his attorney.
Wow. You gotta keep them people quiet.
Oh, God, listen to this. Fewer than half of Washington and Oregon counties have convicted people of sex trafficking crimes in the last 10 years, in the last decade.
Oh, wow.
This is horrible. Sex trafficking victims are groomed, gaslighted, manipulated, and threatened not to report their victimization. Kids are openly trafficked online and on city streets in Portland and Seattle, they say.
Really?
Yeah, and some end up selling sex into adulthood. Oh, God. Located along the Interstate 5 corridor, a major highway running from Mexico to Canada that links many West Coast cities, Washington and Oregon are recognized as hubs within a national and global sex trafficking circuit. State legislators across the region have tried to crack down on trafficking in recent years, and Washington has some of the toughest laws against sex trafficking in the country.
I wonder how many convictions they've had on it in the state.
Right. There's a national human trafficking hotline available 24/7. I've actually seen big billboards. Now that's scary. You're in your car going to the store or wherever you're going, and there's a big dang billboard. Sex trafficking hotline. I've seen it. Like it's in your face, right? That it's a problem. Oh, good grief. Meanwhile, sex trafficking of minors in King County, that's Seattle, has become more visible within the last 3 years, following a dip at the start of the C. disease pandemic. All you have to do is go up Aurora Avenue a few times and you will see that the level of activity has really increased. Oof. Wow. We're getting reports frequently, weekly, that there are children out there walking the blade. That's what it says here, the blade, said Portland Police Bureau Sergeant Christy Butcher, using a term for an area in Northeast Portland with high rates of sex trafficking, similar to Seattle's track. So Seattle has a place called the track. Portland has the blade. We need to get serious about our conversations of what this really is and start listening to survivors and coming up with real solutions. Because the way that it's working right now, it's not working. Police and prosecutors say getting justice for trafficking victims is challenging because many victims aren't willing or able to participate in investigations. But survivors say law enforcement policymakers can make more investments that would allow police to be proactive in investigating traffickers while providing increased funding for social services like housing, specialized treatment for trafficking victims, to enable survivors to safely participate in the prosecution of their traffickers if they choose to do so. Wow. So, this is a double-edged sword. Law enforcement's approach to sex trafficking wasn't always so hands-off. Historically, police departments across the nation, including in Washington and Oregon, used arrests for prostitution and other related crimes as a mechanism to temporarily remove adults and children from the sex trade and compel them to cooperate with trafficking investigations. Within the last 2 decades, police departments throughout the region have shifted to approaching kids involved in prostitution as victims, not criminals, striving to connect them with services instead of throwing them in jail. The victim-centered approach aligns with what advocates call the equality model, in which those selling sex are not criminally charged, while traffickers and buyers continue to be criminalized. Though the model is heavily criticized by survivors who argue that protecting sex workers' safety requires full decriminalization of both buying and selling of consensual sex, advocates on both sides of the debate agree that children cannot consent to sex work. In 2000, Congress passed the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. I'm going to have to add this to my title. The first comprehensive federal law to address human trafficking. The act added new criminal provisions that strengthened the ability of federal prosecutors to pursue cases against traffickers. Since then, all states have adopted policies to prosecute trafficking cases and protect survivors within state courts as well. Washington became the first state to enact a law making human trafficking a crime in 2003. Are you serious? What? No other states have made it a crime? That sex trafficking is a crime? Think about that. Oregon followed suit in 2007. What? Yet many states are struggling to put these laws into practice. A 2021 study sponsored by the National Institute of Justice, an agency of the U.S. Department of Justice, found that while a majority of investigations into sex trafficking cases led to prosecution, 77%, only a third of those cases were prosecuted under human trafficking laws. The remaining cases were prosecuted under other charges like sexual or physical violence, drug possession, and drug trafficking. Wow. Although fewer victims are going to jail, traffickers are also using this to their advantage. As police officers have to... Oh, I got music still going? Good grief. I just heard all this crackly noise back here. Oh, God. As police officers have few alternative places to send victims, many young victims deny they are being trafficked at all, making it difficult for police to convince them to seek help and to report information about their traffickers, a crucial piece of many criminal investigations. Though law enforcement, prosecutors, and survivors agree that the solution is not to criminalize victims, many recognize that if the end goal is to reduce trafficking, the current system is not working. Well, too, these youngsters, right? Are you there, Sherry? Anyway, these youngsters, they might want to dabble in drugs, right, to make themselves feel cool and like they're older. And then the next thing you know, they're being sold to even get them or whatever. In 2019, a study conducted by Boyer, the youth trafficking researcher, identified 473 commercially sexually exploited children in King County, nearly twice the victims that Boyer identified in 2008. Well, that just explains it all. Oh my God, we have 13-year-olds in G-strings right up on Aurora Avenue. That would be, I couldn't be a cop. Are you there, Sherry? Okay, yeah. Oh. Find him into club. Yeah, I heard that too. I've heard of Usher, but not Rainey. Oh. Well, I think, honestly, you guys, I think I've said it before. Every single motel and hotel in the world, really, not just the United States, the world. The workers need to have some seminars done with these, right? These investigators that study this stuff and teach them the signs and the symbols, teach them what to look for, right? Fear in a child's face, or their age, or maybe something they're wearing, or do you know what I mean? They're obviously not with a parent and they're young and they're with an older adult or whatever it is, right? Or a child coming in with someone that doesn't seem like the parent at all. You can't always tell, but you know what I mean? At what, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, right? Especially on a school night or whatever. And even if it's not a child. And then sound the authorities, right? I mean, they know. Management knows by the key they're handing out or the card what room they're in. I mean, why can't, because that actually happened. You know, one girl was saved, 13 or something, was it in Tennessee, by somebody that spoke up that worked there. Well, it needs to be done more often. I mean, if they knew what to look for, that would help. Ten, 11, 12, 1. Sherry, are you snoring? I hear someone snoring. It's either her or her son. Do you guys hear it? It's a cute little horn squeak noise. What? I did it? I got 3 more subscribers. Thank you. I'm so happy. Thank you, Mary Jane, for putting that up. Thank you, you guys. Oh. Oh, really? I'm glad you turned your life around, Tupac's wife. Oh. Oh. Your ex passed away in 2013. Oh. Wow. Really? Your daughter saved your life or whatever? Oh gosh, really? Oh gosh. So in the UK, the police. Dave H., are you from the UK? Yeah. I mean, maybe it's her son, right? But maybe it's not.
Right.
Are you there?
Yeah.
I think you were snoring, Sherry.
You sure it wasn't Corey?
I'm not really sure. Did you leave?
No, I had to go out of the room for a second because one of the dogs was starting to get a little excited. So I was
Oh,
like,
then it's Corey.
yeah,
It's
I
your
didn't want
son.
him to wake.
He makes the cutest little horn squeak noise, kind of a.
Well, and that's how my son was doing it too, and it was kind of going back and forth, and I'm like, oh Lord.
Oh, don't tell him. Don't tell him. He'll be so embarrassed. Or maybe not. Is he the one that's staying in that trailer thing?
No.
Visiting you? Oh, this is someone else.
Yeah, this is my older son. Yeah.
Is that one? Not that one, but is your son that likes to be with you a lot? Is he going to be? Oh, you already had Easter, so he's not going to.
Yeah, but I didn't like really get together with my side of the family, so I'll probably still do something for like probably have everybody come over for dinner
Oh,
or
I
something.
see.
Yeah. At least this way it opens up, because it's hard if you have a lot of people have multiple holidays to go to, and it's like, wow.
Well, how do you decide like who's going to come over? Do you know what I mean?
Well, everybody that's closest, if nobody else has something already planned, that's kind of where we're at. That's where we end up at.
Oh, okay. Because for people that don't know, she has 11 children. That she gave birth to all 11, right, Sherry?
Yes. I
How do you have
survived.
11 babies? How do you push out 11 babies? How do you do
I
that?
have no idea. I've still wondered for years how it was even possible.
I mean, think about that. 11 times? 6 is a heck of a lot. 5
Yeah.
is a lot. 4 is a lot. 3 is too much.
I
I
think
have
I
2.
would have never had a second set of kiddos if I hadn't gotten married again. I think if I'd have stayed with the first time around,
And
I
did
don't,
you have twins? Did you have twins?
yeah, one set, yeah.
One set of twins.
Hmm.
Wow. And then
And I have
9 more babies.
and then my second oldest daughter, she had twins a couple of years ago too.
Wow.
So the girls have gotten as many grandkids as they've surpassed me now. If you add all the kiddos together, it's a lot of little kiddos.
Once you pop, you can't stop, says David.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
my gosh. Look at Tupac's wife. 11 children? Holy moly. I know, it's truly shocking. I mean, it really, really is because your body has to get all big. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank goodness I had all of them young though, so I had all these years to recover.
Yeah. Were you 18?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had your first one?
yeah, and done at
Wow.
32. So, yeah, it was an adventure I'd never expected to be on.
Wow. Now she says, holy crap, I thought that was the other girl. I forget her name. Ashley Y?
No, Ashley only has one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, who's another one that has a lot of babies or
I
children?
don't know, but one of y'all mentioned it the other day, and now I don't remember.
Look at this. Wowzer, you must have patience of a saint, girlfriend.
I really did. I think my grandma used to say, "You were an only child, and I think you made up for it."
Oh my gosh.
I said, "Well, then I'm going to blame all of you because y'all didn't have that many kids, so y'all like, yeah, thanks." No,
Well,
I did.
that's a bunch of kids for sure. My grandma had 12 and my other grandma 13. Well,
Okay. No, I don't
are
feel
you
too bad.
I mean, did you get pregnant every time you had sex, or not every time, but every
Well,
other
yeah,
time?
and you
I
got to
mean, how
figure
did?
that you don't really have a lot of time for that either. So that was the deal,
Oh,
you know.
wow.
Yeah.
Did you get to the point after 6 or 7 or even 8 kids where you were almost afraid to have sex?
Yeah, you better believe that.
Yeah.
But see, I tried a lot of different um hormone like things and like all these new like they had all these Norplant, they had all these like new devices they were trying
Oh,
back then.
you
And
tried birth control,
yeah, I tried
and
all
they
sorts
didn't
of
work.
different stuff. No,
They
I was
didn't
having
work.
trouble with a lot of the stuff they came up with. And they had this new thing that was supposed to last for 5 years. And it lasted like 8 months. And I was having such bad effects from it, they had to take it out.
What
It was
was
like a
that
thing,
called? Did
it
that
was
start
called
with the?
Norplant. And it was like in your arm. It was like these little rod things that had like a different kind of hormone in them so that you could get pregnant. So it was like partially like an elevated amount of male hormone. It was like a really weird experimental thing that they did. And
Oh my
that did not
God.
work for me. It was really rough.
Did it make you feel funny? I mean, not funny.
Yeah, I
It
didn't feel
did?
like myself. Yeah, and I would have like chest pains. Like I would get like pains in my arm all the time on the left side. Like I just thought I was gonna like have a heart attack or something from that thing. I don't know. I had a bad effect from it. It was
Oh
just
my
weird.
gosh.
But I
And then there,
definitely was like trying different things. Just stuff never worked out.
oh my, and there was
I don't know.
something
After a
that
while,
started with the
yeah.
letter M.
Well, and
M.
then back then they wouldn't let you get your tubes tied if you were young. Like I was young, so like like I think after 7, I was planning. That was something that I had like signed up for. You know what I mean? Like to do it,
You
and
did?
yeah, and then yeah, it just didn't happen. They did not want to do that. They were
Why?
sure that that was a bad idea.
Because you were young and they thought, well,
Young,
what
but
if
I
you want
said,
to
well,
have
I
more
argued with them. I
children in
said,
your
well, you have to
30s?
understand, right? I'm like, yeah, but obviously something's going on here. I can't find other things that work that,
That's really
would be less
rude.
invasive. So
That's
I really
really
wanted to do
rude.
that. Yeah.
So wait, how long did you wait and then you were turned down? Or did they just not let you sign up?
Right. Well, they weren't wanting to do it. And so,
Yes,
I mean, and
Marana.
then my insurance wasn't the best either. So that was the other argument. You know what I mean? There was, but now anymore nowadays, they'll do anything, like they're all about it. Like they want population control. I ain't trying to have, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, now there's that B,
It's
what, not B vitamin, B what? B something.
B6, B12,
No, like the B, oh, Plan B. The Plan
Plan B.
B.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Oh,
about something else. I'm thinking of vitamins and stuff. I don't know why.
I know, you're so funny. I did the depot shot
Oh,
after, because I didn't want to get pregnant after the age of
mm-hmm.
41, and 2 was enough. And so I was on the depot shot for 4 years, and um, I I had the shot in alternate arms. They said I had to have it in my buttocks, and I said no, I don't. And so they did it in alternating my arms, and I had to go. I think every 3 months and get one
Yeah,
in
it was 3 months.
arms.
Yeah.
But I ended up going through menopause while I was on the depot shot. So
Oh boy.
I didn't go through any feelings of, do you know what I mean? Like hot
Right.
flashes or any kind of hormone, anything. Yeah. And I didn't even know until I went to the doctors and I got my HL and my whatever, the hormone count done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said I think you have to be above 60 or something, or above 65 or 70. And she said, you're 62 now, so you're starting to go through menopause. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she did a physical exam and said, your ovaries are the size of raisins. And
Oh
I said,
boy.
oh, good, I guess, right? Oh my God. Yeah, but I was always, honestly, afraid of that birth control stuff. That the pill made me really sick when I had that
Right.
huge cyst on my ovary, and they said take that to make the cyst go down. I was so sick. Oh God, it was so bad. Even my mom said, don't take it. Well, then the cyst went from the size of an orange to a grapefruit, and I've already told this story. And I had it removed. It was huge, and it wasn't cancerous, thank God. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Lisa S.'s mom had little twin sisters at age 40. She was shocked. At first, she thought it was just one baby, and then she had to have a special test because of her age and found out it was twins. Wow.
Yeah.
Why she
Yeah, I was
compared me
shocked.
to fruit? I don't know. Just because they're like shriveled. Because how big are ovaries? Are they like this or something? like the
Yeah,
size of a
tiny.
jawbreaker, a small jawbreaker, and then a
It's weird that
raisin's
there's that small
small.
too. It just seems
Yeah,
like they're bigger, but
yeah. Okay, so Dave H is a woman. I don't trust the medicines they use for birth control. I mean, it could be a man, I guess.
like I said, I'm really sensitive to medications anyway, and I just had a heck of a time with it. And then the
Thank
Depo
you.
shot, I used that for a while. That thing
Did
will
you
put weight on
really?
you, though. Yeah,
How long were you on the
I
Depo
think
shot?
I had like 3 rounds of it
It
after
sure
I had the
worked for
twins.
me. It sure worked for me. I think it's 98% effective of not, getting pregnant.
The
And
only thing I didn't like about it was how it put weight on you, even if you didn't eat. Like, even if you weren't eating wrong, it did that to me. I had a kind of a weird effect off of it.
now,
But
see, I was told I could gain weight, but I didn't. I just stayed
right,
thank God. But yeah, I was told that you can gain weight on the antidepressant ZOLOFT, and I never.
yeah,
So I guess it's different for everyone. You've
for
tried
sure.
it? Well, you have this part over your ears, because if it's behind, you look kind of a little bit younger. So if you do your ponytails, and you could do pigtails if you wanted to, Sherry. Do you like to do your hair in different ways?
Oh, I used to. The girls like mess with it once in a while. When I see the older girls, they'll mess with my hair.
Yeah.
Years ago, they did an up. They were trying to do an updo type a hairstyle on my hair and put makeup on me, and it was funny. They're so funny.
That's so. How many girls and how many boys did you have?
6 and 5. 6 girls, 5 boys.
Oh, that's so much. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Remember when
And
you told me up on Dolly Vision's panel you had 11 kids, and I went,
I remember the look on your
did
face.
you
You were
give
just like,
birth to that many? Because I thought maybe, right, they were stepchildren, or some of them were anyway.
yeah.
Lord. Okay, P. Diddy's or not ex-wife, P. Diddy's passed away. P. Diddy's, I'll just put dead wife. P. Diddy wife died. P. Diddy's ex-wife dies. I'll hit that one. Kim Porter was the ex-wife of Sean P. Diddy Combs. She was found dead on Thursday at her home in L.A. Well, what year is this? A year or two ago, someone said. She and P. Diddy raised 4 children together. She was also a respected model and actress. The coroner revealed that she died of pneumonia. Pneumonia?
That's kind of rare nowadays, but
She looks like she's barely 40. Porter and Diddy broke up and reconciled several times. In 2002, amid a breakup, Porter even sued Combs for more child support, but the two got back together and welcomed their that was her back in the day. Welcomed, I guess, probably another child, but I lost the.
all right.
She was 47 when she died. At her funeral, the ceremony ended in fireworks. I'm not kidding. It says it right here.
Oh wow.
Porter also has a son, actor-singer Quincy Brown, from a previous relationship with R&B singer Al B. Sure. They dated on and off for 13 years before splitting for good in 2007. The two shared twin daughters, Jesse James and Delilah, 11, and son Christian, 20. It's just sad for the kids too, you know?
Yeah, it's hard on them when parents, break up.
Yeah. What in the heck? 3 teen girls watching movie during spring break. When was this? This is updated on March 28, 2024. Sleepover, a spring break sleepover, attacked by Rockford stabber. What?
What?
I'm not kidding. And they show a picture of the guy. Okay, there's that. Just so people don't think, I'm making up stuff or whatever. Okay, so it's a news thing. Okay, hold on.
We have learned new details about yesterday's violent mass stabbing in Rockford.
4 people were killed, including a 15-year-old girl who died trying to save her sister. CBS 2's Sabrina Franza is live in Rockford, where today the main suspect faced the judge charged with murder.
They were doing what we all do.
Killed him.
What you should all be doing. It's spring break. You have 3 girls watching a movie?
Is this Illinois? Rockford.
I can't even comprehend that.
Yeah.
This is the mayor.
The 4 people who lost their lives: 15-year-old Jenna Newcomb, 23-year-old Jacob Suba, 63-year-old Ramona Suba. Both of the Subaks, we're told, were longtime friends of the person that stabbed them, and 49-year-old Jay Larson, who was a letter carrier that was doing what he loved, delivering mail to customers for over a decade, when he was stabbed to death and run over. Several others were injured, one a good Samaritan who was trying to help, another a first responder. 7 in all during this stabbing rampage. This all started Wednesday afternoon. Police say 22-year-old Kristen Ivan Soto went to the home of his childhood friend. Soto told police he went there to smoke marijuana, and he claims it was laced with an unknown narcotic. That's where prosecutors say he stabbed his first 2 victims. Then he's accused of stabbing the letter carrier, then breaking in.
What a flippin' goofball. You just go around doing that? Okay, I had to pause it because, every 15 seconds. Okay.
That's terrible.
This is awful.
People just snap.
Into multiple homes, attacking teenage girls with a bat and killing one. He was arrested while stabbing 2 more victims. A witness who tried to distract Soto while he was attacking his longtime letter carrier sat down with us to recount the harrowing scene.
I said, "What are you doing?" I startled him, and he said, "He stole money from me." I just shook my head. I said, "You gotta be kidding me." And he acted very disillusional, like he's on drugs. That's the way he acted. Kind of glassy-eyed and everything, he just, all was mine.
I didn't even hear about this. Did you guys?
No, I didn't.
Okay, this is weird. What's going on here? Mangina's Roos, you know nothing. Don't talk to me like I'm who you think I am. You're attacking me. Remember, Lisa S., that's a problem you don't want. Now you're attacking me. All right, I'm banning the user and I'm deleting their comments. Lisa S., that person is a troll, just made their account 4 months ago. Yeah, he or she's been in here before. Mangina's Roost, don't threaten me. There must be sky poker. Mangina, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed today or something. Maybe man has tricho. All right, well, I just banned him, and yeah.
Hi.
President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden just released a statement addressing these attacks, saying they are horrified to hear this news. Meanwhile, Soto faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. He appeared in court today, and he was held without bond. We're live in Rockford. Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Sabrina, thank you.
Rockford? Is that Illinois? It's the only Rockford I've heard of. Trichotillomania? Who's ... Hair pulling disease. Okay. Hello, Al Caco. Coco. Caco. How's everyone? All right. How's everyone Wow, we've been live almost 3 hours.
Lost. The vigil included local faith leaders and politicians. Among the speakers, the Rockford police chief. She says her department is hurting.
This cuts you at the roots. I can't imagine what the families are going through. The officers that had to be the first ones on scene and see the victims in those conditions. This is not easy.
State leaders from the area say they will be free counseling services available tonight at the Flynn Middle School tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Pull your hair and eat it. What? Oh, wait. Who's this ... hair pulling disease, OCD, to pull your hair and eat it. Okay, well, all right. All right. I mean, it's just depressing.
It seems like there's so many bad things going on. You hardly ever hear about any positive things, like any good news. I mean, every once in a while.
Oh my gosh, this guy looks like Darren, my ex-boyfriend, except he didn't have a beard. This guy doing the gutters right here. I'm like, is that Darren? I'm like, holy shit.
Oh no.
I did. Same build, same bone structure in his face. But it's not him. I just sort of freaked out. I don't even... Oh, wow. Okay, so did you guys look at the, whatchamacallit? The bridge collapse victims? I did. I pulled it up earlier. It shows a truck or whatever going across the bridge 2 hours before it collapsed. That big bridge in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think I'll show a little of this and then I'll call it good on my 3-hour live. Okay. Bridge. I should just add to my thing, memory card murders in Alaska and other depressing topics. I mean, I should. I mean, you know. Okay. Oh dear. So the 6 people working there were immigrants. Not that that matters, whatever, you know. Or I mean, not that it's a big deal or whatever. says Baltimore Bridge collapse timeline, what we know about the incident. 6 construction workers were killed when a cargo ship struck Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge early Tuesday, sending the workers into the water below. The bodies of 2 victims were recovered on Wednesday. Divers found them trapped in a red pickup truck that was submerged in approximately 25 feet of water near the middle span of the bridge. The other 4 victims have not been recovered.
Right. Yeah, they're still looking for them. That would have been a jeez.
This is one of them. So sad. It says the workers found on Wednesday were identified by police as Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes, 35, a native of Mexico who lived in Baltimore, and Dorlean Ronald Castillo Cabrera, 26, a native of Guatemala who lived in Dundalk, Maryland. And what I read earlier was they were filling potholes.
Yeah.
Potholes on the bridge, and they were filling them. Among the 4 still missing is construction worker Miguel Luna, this man. Oh, we're going to get more people and trolls now. Me chill, how about apologizing? Well, I didn't know. I've had everything. I'm sorry, ... but I've had everything under the sun up here. I even had a taped unaliving from 4 years ago done when I had panels. So nothing surprises me anymore. So I know. Luna, 49, was a father of 5 from Usulután, California. In El Salvador, his family told ABC News. Luna called Maryland home for over 19 years. Another missing victim was identified as Maynor Suazo Sandoval, 38, a father of 2, who migrated from Honduras over 17 years ago. According to Gustavo Torres, the executive director of CASA, he dreamed of starting a small business and brought joy and humor to his family. Torres told reporters on Wednesday he would celebrate everything and bring balloons to the airport to greet his family. Oh, when they visited his brother Carlos Suazo. They all kind of look similar, these men. I mean, to me. Just like their shaped face and everything. The final 2 victims have not been identified. One missing worker is 35-year-old from Camotan, Chiquimula in Guatemala, the country's foreign ministry said. The last missing worker is from Mexico, the country's foreign ministry said. Ooh, you know it looks good, this right now. Gosh, that looks good. All right, well, yeah, I wish I could find the little film of the car that goes over, you know? Oh, it's very dark too. Can you imagine? Be bad enough going into water when it's light out.
Oh my goodness.
But when it's dark.
Right.
Okay. So here's a picture of the victims. But see, I thought other cars went in. When I first read this thing,
I thought several did.
Yeah, it said 21 victims. That's what it said. Now it's saying 6. So, I mean, that's good.
Okay, so now they're changing the number.
All right. Well, it's been 3 hours and 5 minutes. It's been an interesting live. Thank you for holding the fort down for me while I got my son some something. And thank you for being here with me like you do. I really enjoy having you up here. It's a lot of fun.
I enjoy having fun with you.
Thank you. I love you, hon. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right, you guys. 3 hours is my limit. I'll add a little more to the title here than just the memory card murders. Sorry, ... if I offended you. I really am sorry. I'm just a little paranoid sometimes. And yeah, but I apologize. Please hit the like. Please subscribe if you would. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.